Greetings, family.
Greetings.
Well, first, let me give praise to the Creator, known by many names, and so I can be centered, because this is critical times that we're in.
Amen.
We should always remember to center ourselves and reconnect with the Most High. Next thing is that I've been asked, I'll follow my instructions, asked of people who are in a vestibule area there to come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come in there. Come on in and join us. We're not going to bite you. Come on in. Make some room for them to, make some room, folks. You know how we do. Just move over a little bit. Let the folks come on in. All right. I promise I won't be too long. One of the main reasons I came today was because of my son, Babatunde. Like my son to stand up. He's 18 years old. He's going to college. And Ariston Waiters was how old? 19. And I wanted my son to be here because I wanted him to know that his life is precious. I wanted him to know that with all of the blessings and all of the grounding and foundation that his mother and I have given him, that we live in dangerous times. And we never know what could happen to his life. And I wanted him to know that there are people who are standing up for when young African men get killed. And that, I told him that, sometimes I'm a little ambivalent, I think that was the word he used, and I described him, my situation, about these types of gatherings, sort of in the same tradition as our senator, is that there's a lot of work that we need to do. And we're under attack. We are under attack. And our Reverend Love set the tone, which is where I always go when I come to these gatherings. What we're going to do? Right. What's the game plan? What's the next step? What we're going to do? Because too many young men are being killed, murdered by the police, people who want to be police. And even not only just that, people are getting killed through improper foods that we're eating. People are getting killed unnecessarily through the educational system. People are getting killed unnecessarily through many different systems of oppression that have been set up in this country that we're in. So I come from a school of a nationalist. That means that we believe that this country is so wicked that it can never be transformed on our behalf. Y'all didn't hear it. I said that this country that we're living in, no matter how much we try to change the laws and protest and change things, will never be effective for our well-being. It will never be. It will never be, because that wasn't its intention. That wasn't the intention of why it was set up. That's right. It wasn't the intention to do that. One time I was at Ebenezer, and people, and I raised this issue there, and they said, but we built this country. Some of us feel like we built this country. I said, okay, well, let me think about that for a minute. So you own some land, and you contract some people to build your house. And we won't even talk about it, because they really a contract that snatched us from Africa, right, to build, enforced us to do this. But we won't get into that part of it. Let's just say you contract with some people to build your house. After your house is built, do those people expect to move in with you?
No.
Do you expect those people to move in? Are y'all with me now? You pay them what they're due. They go into their own community or their own nation and they build their houses and they live in those houses. All right? Y'all ain't hearing me.
I hear you.
We may have contributed a lot to the building of this country, but it's not ours. It's not ours.
Not yet.
What we can do is to get a piece of it,
Right.
take a piece of it, and create our own nation.
right.
So we can create our own forms of police. We can create our own forms of justice, restorative justice. We can create our own forms of educational systems. We can create our own forms of growing the proper food for our well-being. There are certain foods that we eat that's naturally akin to this kind of body. We can do that. We have the power to do that. It's been done before. We can do that. We must do that. To me, that's the only solution. We will continue to have these type of conversations. There will be more Trayvons. There will be more Ariston Wedges. There will be more Troy Davises and many, many more. The elder that was tasered in New York. We could go on down the long list of murder. And, we went from slavery to Jim Crow. And Michelle Alexander's coined it now the new Jim Crow. And what she said very pointedly in that book is that the system that keeps changing and transforming. Slavery never ended in this country. Show me where slavery ended in this country. If you were to go to your history books, and what we learned in school, we taught the 13th Amendment.
Yeah.
I'm going in now, see Bobby standing behind me. The 13th Amendment said slavery or involuntary servitude will be illegal in this country, with the exception of being a punishment for a crime. So all our brothers and sisters who are in jail now are modern-day slaves. The system hasn't changed. It's only transformed. And it will continue to transform until we separate and create our own thing. So he asked me to speak. I just came here to bring my son to let him know the African people are standing up and that his life is precious. And everybody's life in here is precious. Everyone has a son or grandson that's close to Ariston's age, or nephew or niece. And so we have to do this. But we also have to think long term and move this to another level. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for allowing me to speak in your church. And as you said, I have my own business, so I'm not afraid of what I say here. And I'm going to keep teaching this and keep saying this until we reach this, till we're successful in this. Ashe?